know this is going to be a fun one in Foxborough. Vikings and Patriots. Tom Brady's last 4 games, though, not bad. Just not as good as we're used to seeing from him. 60% completion percentage, just 3 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 90. So with more on the Vikings trip to New England, here's Tom Pelissero.
Thanks, Colleen. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense put on a show through the air in last week's win over the Packers, and they're hopeful they can build on that Sunday against the Patriots defense that is notorious for taking away the opponent's best weapon. Tight end Kyle Rudolph told me, "You know they're going to give you some wrinkles that they've drawn up just for you. But if we take care of us and use all our playmakers, it doesn't matter what they do because they can't stop everyone." One of those playmakers, receiver Stephon Diggs, was back at practice Friday after missing 2 days because of a knee injury. He's listed as questionable on the injury report. So is star cornerback Xavier Rhodes, who told me he expects to go through a pregame workout to test out his injured hamstring. Against Tom Brady, linebacker Anthony Barr told me one key is getting pressure in Brady's face. He does not want to move around, Barr said, so if we can get him off his spot a little bit, I think that'll help us. Colleen?
Thank you, Tom. So we know that Tom Brady is really good at home in December. He's got a 32-4 record there, which is amazing.
32-4.
32-4 at home in December. 36. Crazy. So, Reggie, how should he approach the Vikings defense with Mike Zimmer and everything that they bring to the table?
How should Brady approach it?
Yeah, Brady and the offense.
I mean, Brady's the GOAT. Brady should just do what Brady does, right? He's seen every type of defense possible. He's seen all the blitz looks. He's seen the double leg at Muggs that they're going to try to show him. He's seen the all-up blitz looks. Brady needs to go out there and be Brady. He has enough weapons around him to be successful, and then they do a great job at spreading the ball out. And that's what makes this team difficult to guard, is because a lot like Matt Nagy, what he's doing with the Chicago Bears right now, they spread the ball out to everybody. They don't just focus on one player, one receiver. The running back can be the star of the day. It can be Gronk, as you're seeing right here. It could be Edelman, or it could be Josh Gordon. And so they make you have to defend everybody on the field, and that's what makes them so tough. So Brady should not do anything different than just go out there and be Brady.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that we could do this. For me, I was looking at Josh Gordon and him going up against Xavier Rhodes, who, as we just heard from Tom, is questionable with that hamstring. But I think it's interesting, too, from the standpoint of Josh Gordon, who he's never been in meaningful games down the stretch. So this is a totally different situation for him. And he's coming off a game where he caught all 5 targets from Tom Brady. And I think we're sort of seeing, as we've talked about before on the show, we're seeing them kind of get into the groove of things, and they tried some different things out, but really it was all just in preparation for this stretch run.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I would say a matchup alert for me would be this Vikings defense, which is a top 5 rush defense in the NFL, and they've gotten better in their last several games against a rushing offense with Sony Michel, the rookie. You talk about James White and company, one of the best tandems in the league. They're averaging almost 120 rush yards per game. But I went back to Pro Football Focus, guys, and I just wanted to check on the stats because I feel like the Vikings don't miss a whole lot of tackles. They lead the NFL with the fewest tackles missed on run plays, just 19 this season. 19? That's pretty remarkable, but...
I think I've seen 19 on one play.
Yeah. But I'm going to say this, though, Garofolo, because we've chatted, the running backs are used in so many more ways with Josh McDaniels. And how do you stop him in the pass game?
I think that's a big thing. And there was a game earlier this year against the Rams where Todd Gurley up against Anthony Barr ran more of a vertical concept. I remember a bunch of offensive guys looking at that saying you don't usually see a linebacker matched up like that. Belichick's going to look at that. Here it is right here. And I think you're going to see a little bit of this right here because you can get these guys out of the backfield running some routes. Hey, Anthony Barr just came back last game from a hamstring injury. Let's see if he can get out and cover it. And there's another concept, Mike Rob, that we saw where a guy will run across the formation on a play-action pass, and the backside linebacker has to track him.
Has to track him.
And he's in the same game. He struggled with that against Cooper Kupp, and then there was a game against San Francisco where he struggled with it. Belichick, you heard Tom Pelissero say that he'll take away your biggest strength. He'll also look for your biggest weakness. So I think
if Todd Gurley did that to Anthony Barr, he don't want to see James White out there. I promise you, because James White is a much better route runner than Todd Gurley.
Anthony Barr's a really good player, but you see that on tape and you say, okay, let's see if our guy can do that.
Yeah, you heard Tom Pelissero talk about getting Brady, getting a rush in his face. Danielle Hunter, I mean, this kid leads this team, this Minnesota Vikings team in sacks, 11.5 sacks. He's so long and understands how to turn that corner. And I think he'll be able to get him, and that pass rush will be able to get Tom Brady off his spot. Hopefully they can get him and force some interceptions, some mistakes, because I did see